Talk about an uncomfortable moment.
Canada spends about 1.4% of its GDP on defense. There are, I think, only 5 countries in NATO's 32 that spend less, including Belgium and Luxembourg. How can Canada be a serious partner to the U.S. in every sense if it's not a serious military power?
Well, Matthew, have you read our last defense policy update?
Very, very closely, yes, of course.
The Liberal government has been getting a lot of that when it comes to defense spending, from allies and now at home. One of the country's leading economic voices, the Business Council of Canada, writing the Prime Minister, warning that the failure to produce a plan to meet NATO's defense spending target of 2% of GDP ahead of next month's summit in Washington will have consequences, including diplomatic isolation in both security and economic partnerships.
This is an area where we have been called out. It used to be called out quietly in Washington. Now it's being done very publicly.
The calling out included a recent bipartisan letter from U.S. lawmakers demanding Canada meet its pledge to hit the NATO target.
And if we can see a path towards 2% that's credible, that will go a long way towards strengthening our defense relationship.
Ottawa is investing in defense, saying its latest defense policy will get Canada to 1.76% of GDP by the end of the decade, and that more money is coming once projects are costed and approved.
I'm convinced that we can be on a path to 2%.
To meet the NATO spending target, however, Ottawa would have to spend about $64 billion a year on defense, double what's planned for this year's budget. Aside from the fiscal aspect of doubling the defense budget, there is deep political skepticism. Defense Minister Bill Blair recently said it's hard to convince Cabinet and Canadians that meeting the pledge is a worthy goal. Marie Brewster, CBC News, Ottawa.